Hey everybody, it's Christie Love, author of the Love Notes blog, and we're here reviewing another one of Ford Motor Company's 2011 vehicles. This time we had the privilege of checking out the 2011 Ford Fiesta. As you can see, it's a pretty gorgeous little car. It's really tiny, it is very compact, and but looks can totally be deceiving because this thing had a lot of get up and go to it. So I'm going to take you inside and show you some of the features that we enjoyed on it and let you know what we thought. Okay, so when you slip behind the wheel of this little car, the first thing that I noticed immediately, having a family of 5 with 3 kids in the back, was that it definitely didn't feel quite as small as I was afraid it was going to on the inside. We were able to get 3 kids in the back seat without really any issue at all. Plenty of legroom. The legroom in the front was actually really nice too. So despite the small size, it definitely was much roomier than what we expected it to be. The controls that you see all up here, really easy to handle, great placement in terms of, being easy to access while you're driving. It did have the screen that had the sync system in it so that we could do stereo, phone, all of those different kinds of things. The one that we test drove did not have any kind of navigation system in it, so that wasn't an option on this car that we actually test drove. I will tell you, compared to some of the other cars that we've drove, the Edge and the Lincoln MKX, I was not as impressed with the way that this sync technology system worked. This was not a touch screen. You had to navigate using these buttons here and pushing and turning, and actually I found this to be pretty distracting when I was trying to drive. It was actually really difficult to navigate for me because I was so used to just the easier to use touchscreen system. But I'm sure that once you really kind of get used to this system, it is pretty easy to navigate. But we did struggle a little bit with it. The other big thing that I really struggled with on this car was that your lock and unlock button is here in the center of your console, not on the edges of your door or anywhere else. So that was something that, first of all, was hard to remember, and second of all, concerns me a little bit, especially with kids. If you were to ever accidentally lock yourself out of the car, definitely could be an issue trying to get that unlocked again. So, but for the most part, great little car, great gas mileage on this car. We only had to fill up once, and probably averaged, I'd say, around 40 miles to the gallon, which was just fantastic. It does have the push button start with the key fob, so that it's completely keyless, which was really nice. You just got to make sure this little thing's in the car with you when you go. It does have the sync system with the USB and all of that kind of stuff, so really nice. My kids loved the feature right here where when the car was on, you could actually change the lighting in the car so that you have, cup holder lights, dashboard lights, different things like that. Could be red, green, purple, blue. They thought that was pretty cool. So, but anyway, definitely really easy to handle little car. Definitely has a lot of power. Get some nice speed and acceleration in it, but not quite as easy, user-friendly, I think, as maybe I would have liked to have seen it for all of the technology components that it does have. The potential's there, just a little hard to navigate, I think. But I want to show you the back too, because it does have some great storage built in, again, for such a little car. Okay, back hatchback pops right up, and so that you've got a really nice sized trunk in here. We were able to get backpacks and purses, lunch boxes, and a couple of extra boxes to take to the post office all at once. So the same load that I normally would carry on a daily basis in our minivan fit in the back seat, the back hatchback here, without really any big issue for us. So for such a small little car, it really did have a great deal of storage, which I know can be really, really nice, especially if you've got kids in the family like we do. Overall, we kind of felt like this was a nice little car. It was a very nice little ride. I would highly recommend this vehicle to college students, I think, single people that are commuting for work. I think this would be a great vehicle for you to use. For family vehicle, it's definitely going to be a little bit tighter. I'm not sure I would want to take all 3 of our kids on a long trip in it, just because, yes, there's legroom, but it's still kind of tight in the back seat for them, and definitely could potentially be some issues. But for smaller families, or for single people that are looking for a vehicle with some great gas mileage, this one definitely gives you some good possibilities for its money. So check out the 2011 Ford Fiesta, and check us out at thelovenotesite.com for other Ford vehicle reviews, as well as daily notes and inspiration on life and leadership.